The words burned into my skull long before I ever read them on that cracked phone screen. He's just my lapdog, he does whatever I say. He has no mind of his own. I don't know what hurt more, that my wife of 8 years said it, or that she said it about me. It was a Friday night. The rain outside tapped against the living room windows like impatient fingers, and my dinner sat cold on the table. Amanda was working late again. 3rd time this week. I told myself not to check her location, not to snoop, not to become that kind of husband who lurks in the digital shadows of his marriage. But sometimes love blinds you to the obvious, until the pain demands you open your eyes. The suspicion. Amanda and I met when we were both in our 20s. She was bold, magnetic, the kind of woman who could walk into a room and have every conversation pause for just a moment. I fell for her laughter first, then her ambition, and finally, her warmth. Lately, that warmth had become scarce. She used to leave little notes in my lunchbox. "Good luck with your meeting today," or "Miss you already." Now it was silence. Dinners turned into brief exchanges about bills, chores, and her mysterious projects at work. I tried to be understanding. Her marketing firm had been pushing crazy hours, or so she claimed. But I couldn't shake the feeling that something was shifting. Her perfume lingered long after midnight. Her phone, once left on the kitchen counter, now slept beneath her pillow. The night it broke. That Friday I couldn't take it anymore. I picked up her tablet, our shared device, no password, and there it was. A notification banner from an unknown number. Just one sentence. "Wish you were here instead of with your lapdog." My chest tightened. My fingers hovered, trembling, over the screen. Tapped it. A thread of messages appeared. Dozens. Maybe hundreds. "He bought me that bracelet you liked. Didn't even question the price. He's just so easy to manage, like a well-trained pet. He trusts me completely. Poor thing has no idea." Each word was a blade, carving away the man I thought I was. She walked in an hour later, shaking the rain from her coat, her hair damp and glossy under the hall light. "You're up late," she said, forcing a smile. "Why aren't you in bed?" I didn't answer. I held up the tablet. "Who's Ryan?" Her face drained of color. For a split second I saw something, panic, guilt, before she masked it with a tired sigh. "Don't do this tonight, Daniel. I'm exhausted." "Don't do what?" My voice was shaking. "Ask why my wife is calling me a lapdog to another man." She dropped her purse onto the floor. "It's not what you think." "Then what is it? Explain to me how this—" I held up the tablet, messages glaring back at us. "Isn't what it looks like." Silence. Then, in the smallest voice. "It was supposed to be harmless. Just excitement. A distraction. A distraction." I laughed bitterly. "From what?" "Our marriage." "From me." Her lips trembled, but she didn't reach for me. She didn't deny it. That hurt the most. That night I slept on the couch. Not because she asked me to, but because the thought of her beside me felt like a lie I couldn't breathe through. Days passed. Amanda acted as if nothing had happened. She texted me about groceries, reminded me about the mortgage payment, smiled weakly at breakfast. But every time she said my name I heard lapdog instead. I stopped touching her. Stopped asking when she'd be home. Stopped being the man she thought she could control. And I started watching. Not obsessively, strategically. I checked our joint credit card. Dinners at places we never went. Hotel bookings for work trips that didn't align with her office schedule. I didn't confront her again. Not yet. I wanted the truth, not just a confession. 2 weeks later I got it. Her office had a fundraiser gala. Black tie, spouses invited. She told me she'd be too busy managing the event for me to tag along. So I didn't tell her I was going. I walked into that banquet hall with my tie knotted too tight and my stomach in knots. The lights were dim, the music low and elegant. And there she was, Amanda, laughing. Hand on a man's chest. Ryan. He wasn't what I expected. He wasn't richer or more handsome or more powerful. Just a man. average, slightly older than me, with a smugness that made my hands twitch. I stayed in the shadows, watching them. The way her fingers traced his wrist. The way he whispered something and she laughed like a girl on her first date. Then I heard it. "She'll never leave him," Ryan said to a colleague, smirking. "Too much to lose. But he's comfortable to have around. Pays for everything, believes everything. A real lapdog." My breath caught. There it was again. That word. I left before they saw me. Driving home, rain slicking the windshield, my mind was a storm of its own. I wanted to scream, to throw her things out, to confront her in public and humiliate her like she had me. But then a strange calm settled over me. She thought I was a lapdog, obedient, thoughtless, easy to keep on a leash. What better revenge than to let her believe that? While I quietly unlatched the chain. Over the next month I played my part. Kind, oblivious, predictable. Meanwhile I met with a lawyer. Closed our joint accounts. Collected evidence. Screenshots, credit card statements, hotel receipts. I even found the email where she and Ryan joked about me funding their little getaways. When everything was ready, I asked her to dinner. Nice place. Candlelight. The kind of restaurant where we once celebrated anniversaries. She came, dressed beautifully, her eyes wary but hopeful. "Daniel," she began, "I know things have been tense, but maybe we can." I slid an envelope across the table. She frowned, opened it. Her breath hitched. Divorce papers. Along with them, a full printout of her messages. Every cruel word. Every lie. Her fork clattered onto the plate. You've been planning this." "No," I said softly. "You planned this. I'm just following through." She cried. "Begged." Said Ryan didn't mean anything. That she was just lost and wanted to feel wanted again. I listened. I didn't shout. I didn't threaten. The man she mocked as spineless was finally standing up, and it terrified her more than rage ever could. By the time the papers went through, she was the one sleeping on couches. Friends, relatives, anyone who would still answer her calls. Ryan vanished the moment her security cracked. No more dinners, no more bracelets. Just silence. It's been 8 months now. People ask if I hate her. I don't. I hate who I became for her. I bent myself into a shape she could control. Reliable, unquestioning, endlessly forgiving, because I thought that was love. I thought that was strength. Now I know better. Love isn't obedience. It's respect. And once that's gone, everything else is just performance. The ending she never saw coming. Last week Amanda emailed me. "I miss us. Can we talk?" I didn't reply. Not because I'm bitter. 'Cause I've moved on. There's a quiet joy in reclaiming your mind after someone convinces you it's worthless. There's peace in being alone without being lonely. And somewhere out there I hope Ryan reads this too. Because I want him to know. The lapdog learned to bite.